All right, let's come back to the city of Tshwane now. That city is still without a leader to steer the ship following the resignation of Mayor Randall Williams. Nearly 2 weeks have passed since his departure after an Auditor General report found that billions of rands and assets are unaccounted for. Now, the council was due to have a special sitting today, but was postponed. That proposal was denied by Speaker Murunwa Makwarela. eNCA reporter Pule Lichwiti Jones is following these developments, and he joins us now live for the latest and an update. Pule, what is going on in the capital really? Are we going to see a mayor before the end of February?
Well, I mean, that was the proposed idea by the DA multi-party coalition to say that there should be, a special council sitting that would have been convened today to ensure that a mayor can be elected and the mayoral committee can also come into position and therefore focus on critical issues such as the adjustment budget, which speaks to service delivery. However, we saw that the Speaker is saying that he's keeping to his cards and he's rather proposing that this council sitting, and has of course said that this council sitting will sit on Tuesday. But of course, joining me now, I'm speaking to one of the leaders from the multi-party coalition, Dr. Corne Mulder, who joins us this midday. Mr. Corne, thank you very much for speaking to us on eNCA. Maybe let's just begin with your stance right now. Are you disappointed that the Speaker could not convene a council sitting today?
Yes, absolutely. We are disappointed. The fact of the matter is there's no reason why that meeting could not take place today. We are in the coalition technical side. We are ready and able to move immediately. We have identified the candidate that we would like to put forward. All the coalition partners support the candidate. We've got the numbers as well. And it's in the interest of the inhabitants and the citizens of the city of Tshwane that we immediately fill that vacancy, elect a new mayor, and that we can move forward. That's why we requested the Speaker to convene such a meeting earlier so that we can do what needs to be done and also pass the adjustment budget in time before the end of the month.
What do you think could be some of the reasons why the Speaker, refused to listen to your, or rather agree to your proposal of convening a special council meeting today? Do you perhaps think there could be possible sabotage at play?
It's difficult to say. I can only react in terms of what we are observing at the moment. It doesn't make sense. The Speaker belongs to a political party that was part of the coalition until rather recently, or is supposed to be part of this coalition. And then obviously the Speaker should act in a manner, and we respect his independence, but still the Speaker belongs to a party part of the coalition. So he should act obviously in a way that protects the coalition against any unnecessary risk. And we know that there is some severe risk because it's quite clear that the Premier in the province indicated on Monday evening at the State of the Province address process that if we do not succeed in electing a new mayor and if we do not pass the budget before the end of the month, he intends to put the city under administration. Now, that is a huge risk and completely unnecessary. We can call that meeting and we can have all the formalities taken care of. So it doesn't make sense why the Speaker is not observing that and has got his own decision that the meeting should only be on the 28th. I spoke to him personally. I explained to him that on the 28th, with one meeting on that last day of the month, it is not possible to do what we are expected to do. We cannot elect a mayor, appoint a new mayoral committee, and then also adopt the budget on the same day. But for some unexperienced or unexplained or very strange reason, he doesn't want to understand that. And it may be a very big coincidence, or maybe it's not a coincidence, that what is playing out at the moment from him is exactly on the same hymn book as what the ANC's got in mind.
Definitely, because this could be a repetitive event of what we witnessed in 2020 when the city was placed under administration. But I'm just going to zoom into your statement in which you say that you want to act decisively against the Speaker, who is a member of COPE, for his refusal to call an urgent council meeting to elect a new mayor. How will you then, execute this kind of action? Are you looking at taking him to court, or will you summon him to a meeting where you may no longer be working with COPE in the city of Tshwane?
No, I think we have already spoken to him and we've explained to him what the problem is. for some strange reason, he's not listening to what we are basically saying. And obviously we cannot allow that. We cannot allow the coalition to be brought into such a risky situation. And that's why we've indicated that we will take the necessary steps. And the necessary steps may imply a motion of no confidence and that he be removed from his position and be replaced by somebody that we understand and that we can feel we can trust.
Well, just lastly, Dr. Mulder, what do you make of the allegations that the Speaker could possibly working with the EFF and the ANC? I mean, just earlier on, I spoke to the Regional Secretary of the ANC in Tshwane, George Majila, who said they're speaking to all parties. In fact, there's also word on the political bloc that they could be supporting the Speaker, who is ambitiously vying for that mayoral position in the city of Tshwane.
Yes, I won't be surprised. You must remember now that we were also in a coalition in the city of Johannesburg with COPE, where they also had only one member. And we, as a coalition, supported that one member to become the chair of chairs, which is a very important position. But that one member, Corne Mulder, then betrayed the trust of the coalition. She then went into cahoots with the ANC and the EFF to get herself elected into the position of Speaker. And the Congress of the People, COPE, in the city of Johannesburg is now very nicely in a coalition with the ANC. So the question is, what is going on with the leadership of COPE? Why are they not acting against rogue members, if they are rogue members? Or do they accept what is happening? And we're not going to run that risk in the city of Tshwane. The individual representing COPE may have his own ambitions, but we are looking at the broader picture in terms of the mandate we've got from the electorate. The mandate of that electorate in the city of Tshwane is that we do not want the ANC or the EFF in charge in the city of Tshwane or a surrogate on their behalf. And we're not going to fall for that. So we will take the necessary steps and protect the coalition and move forward in the best interest of the inhabitants so that service delivery can be successfully done as soon as possible.
Dr. Corne Mulder, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Well, Masego, that was, of course, Dr. Mulder, who represents the multi-party national coalition organization as well, formation rather. It seems as though that, the DA is, of course, running out of time, and they actually now have to ensure that that council sitting can sit and that they can elect a mayoral committee, elect a mayor, and, move to that item of the adjustment budget which will prioritize the service delivery needs of the people in the capital city.